All right, what's going on? So I've been gone for a little bit. Wasn't exactly planned. I've been planning on making videos, trying to release stuff every single week. Something kind of got in the way. This is just going to be a video of me talking directly to you guys, kind of about what's been going on. So this is going to be unedited, no cuts or anything like that. Just me talking to a camera, talking to you guys, just about what's been going on. So a week and a half ago, I was at work, kind of right in the middle of the night between, I think it was March 6th to March 7th at like 1:45 in the morning, I actually had my first seizure. It was a good enough seizure that I ended up getting a head laceration, and ended up in the ER. As far as I can tell, everything's okay. We don't know exactly what caused the seizure or the reasoning behind it all. But what we do know is that when I got to the ER and they ran some blood work, that I was dehydrated at the time. And after going to a neurology consult and trying to get some general stuff figured out, the preliminary assumption that we can come up with right now is kind of a multitude of things. Dehydration mixed with, an excessive amount of caffeine intake throughout the day, with over sun exposure, long-term sleep deprivation, and general overworkingness. I'm still having trouble with word recollection right now. So that's kind of where we're at with stuff right now. It's definitely put a pretty heavy brake on what I was planning on doing for the next 3 months. The big thing that I was going to be doing, and the biggest thing that March 1st was supposed to be the start of a cut. That's not going to happen. There's no way. Figuring out my health and in all honesty, what the hell happened is kind of the number one thing. I'm still feeling kind of weird in the head a little bit, slow overall, just not quite all there. I don't know, it's hard to explain, and it's not exactly something I'm super comfortable going through and trying to figure it out. Looking back on the day itself, it's kind of crazy to think how I didn't notice certain things, like the amount of caffeinated drinks that I was having, the extreme lack of water that I wasn't having. Those are all just generic things that you think, oh, hey, I'm going to drink water. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have that. But I didn't really do any of that. And then going into work, I was already feeling a little off, but I didn't want to not work. try and push past that, like, oh, I don't feel great. Since I don't feel great, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to work through it. I'll feel better in a little bit. And that never really happened. I never started to feel better. And up until, a few days ago, there were signs that I wasn't actually okay, that I just didn't notice and kind of looked past. Clenching my jaw, getting super spacey, multiple people coming up to me saying, "Hey, are you okay?" And kind of trying to brush it off of, "Oh, no, I'm fine, it's all good." And then 1:45 hits, I go to get some stuff for a patient, and I space out. Like, I've seen the video. I was lucky enough to be able to see what happened. I spaced out and began to shake at my head, which then proceeded down to my body. Luckily, the way that my body initially keeled over, I went forward and almost did like a crunch while standing, and then my body went back, and I hit my head on the ground and continued to have a seizure for 2 more minutes. But I got really lucky. I fell between a table and cages. I fell between a corner and cages that very quickly could have made things bad. I'm really lucky. I'm really lucky. I have a lot of people who cared for me and made sure that I was okay, and I owe them everything. I have an amazing wife and a fantastic daughter who have taken care of me over the past week and a half while I've been unable to really do a whole lot, and I owe them everything. This really it really hit a break on everything that I was planning on doing. It's put so many things to a halt. I can't study. I can't keep that information. I'm doing everything I can to find and it's not necessarily a motivation issue, but it's a recollection issue. I can't read something right now and be able to recall it. I couldn't even remember the phrase insurance earlier today. Just like my mind just doesn't have that recall. This is something that happens to people. I'm not special. Like, there's nothing different that happened to me. People get concussions, people have seizures, so like this isn't something, I'm not special because of it. But with everything that I was planning on starting and with where I was planning on going, and by this time I was planning on being in the middle of the cut, doing a hell of a lot more cardio than I've done over the past week and a half, eating a hell of a lot healthier than I have, and making changes. It sucks that now I'm realizing that I didn't make the changes that I needed to in time. Like this was something that that had been essentially building, and you keep going, you keep pushing past it, you keep trying to push past these warning signs, these things that your body is actually telling you need to stop. I didn't listen a lot. And now I'm in a position where I have to slow down. I don't like that. I don't want to slow down. I don't want to take my foot off the gas pedal and have to focus and have to worry about the things that I'm doing, but I need to. Like, this was a sign that something's not right in the way that I'm doing stuff. Whether it's the shit that I'm eating, whether it's the amount that I'm working, whether it's the lack of sleep, the overnights, like a multitude of things. Like, no matter what it is, something needs to change. I just don't know how. It's easy to say, let's just stop. Let's just be done, but to actually do it, like, it's easy to say, let's stop the overnights. It's easy to say, let's stop the high volume, high stress job. Fuck, I've been saying that for, 10 years. I can never follow through with it. I've always had to be pushed to some sort of excessive limit. And now I'm here. Had a seizure. Still recovering. I don't know. But I need to change something. And I think this is an opportunity for that. I need to be around. I can't push myself to the limit that I already have this thing happen to me, and then go, it was a fluke thing. In the end, I was probably the least affected by it. Like, I may have gone through the thing, but I don't remember it. I don't remember the seizure. I don't remember the time in between when everybody who's turning me on my side and taking care of me and making sure I'm still alive. I wasn't there. But all these people are affected by it. These people who are taking care of me are affected by it. My wife, who's finding out, hey, your husband had a seizure, is affected by it. My parents, who raised me, who had never had to deal with me having a seizure, are now affected by it. My sisters are affected by it. My daughter is affected by it. And I can't let that happen again. What am I going to do? I don't know. I really don't know. But, I need to make a change. And I think there was a reason why I started the videos when I did. And I think there is a reason why I had to have this experience. Not to do the whole otherworldly kind of thing. Like, everything happens for a reason. Things will happen, and whether or not things happen for a reason or not, that's not up to me to decide. But I think I needed to see a depiction of my limit. Because I can't go past that again, because I don't think I'll make it out. So I think this is my real day one. It's not a day one of, getting the perfect physique, looking the best for all the people. It's not that. It's my day one of change. It's my day one of recovery, which, obviously I'm multiple days into it. I'm, 12 days into it or something like that. But this is my chance to turn things around. Sucks that I had to have that heavy of a scenario in order to get to this point. But I'm here. So now I just need to figure out what to do with it. Here's to day one.